Hi, my name is Robin Hanna, and I'm the creator of the Don Matthews CZ World Championship. The whole CZ World Championship started with when I got a sad email saying that Don Matthews had died. He's a good friend of mine, and I wanted to honor him. He was the kind of guy that would just help you with your CZ at a race. He'd put a part, he'd disappear into his trailer. He'd put a part on your bike that he went and got in his trailer, and after the race, you know, he'd go ahead and put the part on for you even.
There's Brad Lackey. He was a Native American back then.
Please stand by. We'll get Mr. Hoffman a new mic.
So I just basically kind of started running races.
I'm sorry? I'm sure it was. No, you're okay. Go ahead. Yeah, it kind of is. Huh?
Kind of is, yeah.
I think you'd be surprised how it doesn't happen for a while either. He used to think it did, but...
Is that yours? to myself, what a wonderful world. Well, I see skies of blue and I see clouds of white and the brightness of day. I like the dark and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. The colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, are so on the faces of people passing by. See friends shaking and singing, how do you do? They really say, I love you. I hear babies cry and I watch them grow. They'll learn much more than we'll know, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world.
Everybody gotta save it to yourself. Make the cool on the pono. Help them out. Make the cool on the. It's like kind of automatic, man. You don't need to talk the stuff going happen. And you just gotta let them. And the stuff just waiting for when you ready. And what happened?
The colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, are also on the faces of people passing by. See friends shaking and singing, how do you do? They really say, I love you. I love you. I hear babies cry and I watch them grow. They'll learn much more than we'll know, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. What a wonderful world.
And who are you kissing, man? What type of woman are you kissing, man? Everybody knows. Oh, white hair. Oh, white hair. Okay. She used to be a famous motocross.
Okay, she was champion female rider. Would you take a picture?
I feel like paparazzi.
Yeah.
Oh, so you're from Canada. Do you know always buying cars?
Not a bad spot.
If you need a replacement,
It's a 500cc expert. Will be the winner of the Ron Aldrich Award. So anyway, I just wanted you guys to meet.
Famous, but he's not safe.
You want to get a picture with us?
Oh my goodness.
yes.
We get out here.
do some interviews, and then we're going to do an auction, and we're going to auction off some bikes and some parts. Little Red, if you're here, I need to talk to you. I'd also like to get John DeSoto, Mary McGee, Brad Lackey up here, please, to the announcers pop-up.
I've done a lot of Harleys and hot rods. I've done cars.
I understand you came. I'm sure you do. I understand you flew down to be here today with us, today and tomorrow.
Yes, I did.
Now, are you signing autographs? Do you have any posters?
I do. I'm actually way over by the Hangtown.
The Hangtown pop-ups right over here. Now, when will you be signing autographs, Little Red?
I'm actually signing them right now.
Get over there and sign something. They want to get pictures of. Oh, they want to get pictures of us together. I don't know why you want me in this thing, but whatever. So you're going to college?
I am.
What's your major?
Psychology.
We can use you in the motorcycle industry. Good to have you with. Go over there and sign some autographs and come back.
Will do.
Okay, cool. Little Red, ladies and gentlemen, she is our trophy. We'll give her a round of applause. John DeSoto, where are you? I know you're. I've known John since he was 17 years old, and I was a disc jockey in Honolulu in '64, and your sister was the president of my fan club. You raced CZs at one time, didn't you?
In 19, it was really funny because when I was racing, the first thing I rode was the Montesas, and then after that I got a ride with Edison Dye. He said he's going to give me money and stuff, but almost a year later I still didn't get paid from him. So I saw Roger DeCoster and Joel Robert in Wisconsin, one of the motocrosses. It was the Interams at the time. So I told Roger and Joel, I need a ride. So they called, and this CZ gave me a ride in 1970. So it was amazing. And I felt really good on the CZ, being short. He's like a Czechoslovakian guy, Wait, watch out. Okay, there you go. I know I'm dark, I gotta be in the shade, but most people when they take my pictures, all they see is the eye and my smile and the teeth, so they need the flash too, so. But no, yeah, it's been unreal. The CZs has been unreal. And it's like my brothers, they wanted to be up here also too, because we know that, my brother Ron, he used to ride with Mid Valley before, with Andy Delatorre.
I believe in Baja, when you had the run-in with Parnelli Jones. Was it Baja? I must tell you this story. This is a classic motocross or off-road story. John DeSoto was racing Baja. You're racing what, a Bultaco at that point? Yeah. Parnelli Jones was there in his Ford funny car, Bronco. And Wide World of Sports was shooting it. This is a true story, and I'm not making a bit of this up. John was going down the center of Baja at about 100 miles an hour on this Montesa, and Parnelli came up behind him in the funny car, the Bronco, and ABC Wide World of Sports was filming from the chopper, and Parnelli comes up behind him, and of course John wouldn't move over, so he ran over you, right? At 100 miles an hour. I'm not kidding. I'm not making this up. So when they showed it on Wide World of Sports, they showed Parnelli coming up behind him, cut to a commercial, come back, there's no sign of John DeSoto. Parnelli just went on. The next race, or soon after that, John was walking through the pits, and Parnelli said, "Hey, John, how you doing?" And John says, "Fine," because he's very nice to everybody, he always has been. He walked away, and somebody said to John, "You know who that was? That was Parnelli Jones, the guy that knocked you off the last race." John said, "Really?" He went back, knocked Parnelli Jones on his ass, and walked away. True story. Right?
It was unreal, because and ABC World of Sports couldn't show that on the film, because Ford Motor Company together, getting up to where the things that I've seen in life, being from Hawaii, living in Czechoslovakia, of course, in all those places, it's been amazing. And what's really nice is I'll be 69 in two more months, and what's really good about it too, and I still don't have to wear Depends.
course, was the missing man. Recall, and correct me if I'm wrong, on a CZ in '82 and then switched to Kawasaki, true?
Well, yeah, but like John, we rode Montesas a short time also. So, you know, actually, Marty Tripes and me have the record for riding for the most factories. We have like 15 or something. You know, so we have a long career. So we all started on smaller things and went to Montesas, and I ended up riding CZs in 70 and 71 before I started riding Kawasaki.
We documented
for Americans. Penhall won the Speedway World Championship, and Danny won the 250 Championship. I won the 500 Championship, and the Motocross and Trophy Nations team won in '82 also. So America killed in '82.
What was your best memory of riding and racing, Brad? What comes to mind?
You know, I'm a North Cal guy, so I'm not far from here, so this is one of my local tracks. I came up here since the late 60s and raced on this track on this side over here, and I broke 2 wrists here, I broke my knee here, I broke a lot of stuff here learning how to ride my bike in the early days. And actually, Lori, my wife of 45 years, this was her first race that she got to spend the night at, so this one brings back a lot of good memories.
What did you enjoy most about racing? The camaraderie with the other riders, the competition, or what?
You know, at the time when you're competing with everybody, you know, it's beating the next guy, and that's what it's all about. But now, on these type of events where this is, seeing everybody, and John coming over, and you get to talk to the guys not on a competitive level, but just as friends and old stories, that's the best thing ever. And anybody that's raced in their entire career, they will know that later in life, having time to go over stories with those guys that you race against, that's the good times right there. For the guys, and I have just a small t-shirt company, and that's about it.
You don't talk about just dirt bikes, right?
Yeah, well, tell me, you race cars too, right?
Well, cars, I started in 1957 with California CA. The first car I raced was, none of these belonged to me, a Mercedes-Benz 300 SL Darwin. They went from there, AC Twisters, Ferraris, etc.
Then you went to bikes after that?
In 1960, I added, along with the sports cars, I added road racing on a CD92 with AFM.
I was announcing back in the 70s, AFM.
Well, you went in the 60s.
I didn't. I was in 70. I started in AFM in Southern California. So, but then you went from the road racing to motocross?
No. First was some of my friends from car racing, some of the Hollywood guys, Bobby Harris, Bobby Drake, Steve McQueen. They were always after me to get off my race. That day I finished. And then the third motocross, something transpired between Wes Quigley Sr. and Edison Tom. And so Edison put on the third race, and that's when he brought Torsten in.
Torsten Holman.
Torsten Holman came over in '66. And there were about 72 riders at that event. And it took them about 3 laps to lap everybody.
Incredible.
My style, and many riders did that watched him. Just watching Torsten, that gorgeous style. And a tall, thin guy. Very, very nice. And then, so I continued motocrossing. I was at the very first Saddleback Park track, the one that Joelle built, and then the second one up George Pike in 1974 250 West Coast. But I would like to put in a good word for Baja races. I started racing in Baja in '67, and in 1975, I rode the Baja 500, which was about 620 or 40 miles. I rode that solo.
Career. Did you ever run into James Dean when you were racing cars? Did he hit on you or anything like that?
As a matter of fact, I taught James Dean how to ride a dirt bike.
Oh, really? I've been to the museum and found a lot of flack from the local politicians. They don't like dirt bikes, etc. We got the mayor here. This is the mayor of Marysville. I met you earlier. Ricky Samayo. How do you pronounce it?
Samayoa, but no one in the city can pronounce it, so just call it Ricky. Ricky the mayor.
You ride motorcycles, sir?
I wish I was you guys. I have a bicycle, so. But you guys are amazing.
This is amazing. The track. Is this owned by the city of Marysville? I don't know. Could you explain it?
This is privately owned. I know it's. I heard it's in great shape with the rains that happened last night. So I hope you guys have a great time tomorrow. Welcome to Marysville. Make sure you cross the river over and go visit our historical downtown. The CC family is amazing. Thank you for being here, everyone. I was with you guys 2 years ago when you guys were in the other track, and I got to meet some of you, and all I remember is thinking, what a great family this is. So thank you, all of you. Thank you so much.
Fortunately, I didn't stay with it only until 1976. I went, got married, had some children, had some grandchildren, got married and divorced twice. And when the kids were grown and gone, and the kids were, I was in the house sitting by myself, I went, what do I do now? And I went, wait a minute. I used to love that motocross racing. I wonder if they still do it. So that was in 2004, and I came out to a race just to watch, and the next week I bought a bike, and I've been racing again.
It's amazing. I was thinking about looking at you earlier. Thank you. I was thinking earlier that you could be your own trophy girl. Cool thing. So you're out here racing this weekend, right? All right. And you race regularly?
I do race regularly. I do the vintage races, even though I actually have a motorbike. But they allow us to come and join them, and great bunch of people.
What are you racing this weekend?
I'm racing a 125cc and it from Charlie Richardson, and it's gorgeous. It's not here on the line out here. It's back here. We want to keep it secret.
Sounds interesting.
Yeah. So I'll get to be on the line with John DeSoto, and when I told him that yesterday, he said, just go.
Robert began the season with 6 points for second place. Vickers got 4 points and Sylvain Geboers 3. Hallman hoped he would break what is known as the Spanish motocross tradition. No winner of the Barcelona motocross has yet won the World Championship. And so Robert with his
incredible. Rocket Wreck Staten in 1974 was a wild man on a motocross track.
It's my kind of track. Rough, real tight, really fast. From one turn to next turn, really tight stuff where I can really control my bike really fast because I got really fast reflexes.
Staten in the lead and in trouble. A savage end-over-end crash, and the bike on top of him. A horrible crash by Rex Staten, the leader.
That's the worst kind of accident there is, that end-over-end tumble, and you saw it right there as Staten's bike really hit him a lift.
You've got one of the most exciting riding styles in the business. Have you worked to develop that, or does it just come naturally?
this comes naturally, really. It's just, everybody tells me I'm crazy, but, you know, I look at them and I think they're crazy. You just gas it if you're going to win, leave it on the longest.
Rex Staten, who apparently left it on just a little too long, a little too hot, while leading the Super Bowl of motocross, and amazingly, he is still...
He liked to ride CZs. You and your dad, Slim, took a 400 that Jim Fishback had raced, speedway rider, but he was also motocross, and you built it to race in the Carlsbad, the 1974 US GP at Carlsbad, right?
Rocket Rex Staten, riding for Team Honda.
Right, what happened was I wanted a bike, and I needed a bike because my bike was all thrashed and wore out. And I went to CZ, and they gave me some bike that was in the back. It was one old Fishback's bike. He told me, take that home and fix it. And I'm like, okay, it's better than nothing. We took it home and worked on it and fixed it. And I got Harry. I told Harry, you got to make this motor run, because I got to hole shot these guys. Because this bike's going to be the heaviest bike out there, but I'm going to still hole shot them all. And we went to Carlsbad, and we ended up hole shotting, and I was going like hell, but the rear motor mounts broke, and the motor was shaking, and I was hanging on for my life.
Soon after the start, a mass collision occurred. Up in front, the favorites fought nail and tooth for the lead. Best at the takeoff were Wirtz, number 7, and Hallman. Rickman of England, number 15, and right behind him, number 6, Robert. And here is the finish line, first to be crossed by Hallman. Joel Robert was second, Vickers third.
I haven't seen you in a long time. It's good to see you. Elaborate on the story, because a lot of it he left out. Tell us what happened.
Yeah, first of all, I can't believe I'm talking to Larry Huffman. My God, you're the hero here, buddy. Yeah, you know, in the early 70s, we did a lot of, my brother and I did a lot of road racing with Kawasaki 350s, and a big two-stroke single is a big two-stroke single, so I had plenty of experience making them run well and be reliable. And, you know, the CZ was a plenty reliable engine, but they left a little bit to be desired for power. So when they gave us a stalker, Rex's dad, Slim, was having no part of going to the USGP with a stock CZ. So he said, take her all apart, do whatever you want to do. And I said, well, you know, I might make the power band a little narrower. He said, it's okay. Rex knows how to...
He knows how to shift, right?
He does. And so it took us a couple of weeks to build the bike, and it got awful fast. Yeah, as Rex said, we made a lot of passes up and down the street.
The cops came, right?
Till the cops came.
A little bit.
Well, you know, Pierre was still on the Honda factory bikes, and I think he was kind of glad Rex was no longer on them. Yeah, Rex did. Rex was with Honda the previous year, so he got a little bit of a charge out of his Honda being 202 pounds and Rex having the heaviest bike. So he spent a lot of time giving us juice over that.
And everybody went crazy. I was on the microphone. I was there, and that had to blow everybody away.
Yeah, I knew. I just figured me and Roger was going to probably end up tangling out there that day. And I remember I got the start, and I was going, and I just kind of paced myself, and then Roger passed me, and then we came to the downhill, and I said, ain't nobody going to pass me. I flew back past Roger down the downhill, and then I just kind of started pulling away. And I'm just going, and about 4 laps from the end, I felt, it was about 7 laps from the end, I felt something starting to shake really bad. And I'm thinking, what? And I would come out of the corners, I would accelerate, I could just feel the motor just jerking. I'm thinking, oh, I hope this chain don't come off. And I'm just going, and I'm just trying to save it as much as I could. And I'm hanging on for my life, and I'm thinking, man, just don't brake, don't do it now. and I ended up finishing that moto, but I don't know what I ended up actually finishing that moto for. I don't know what it was.
What happened was the metallurgy in the Czechoslovakian bikes was not that good, Harry, and the motor mounts start breaking, right?
Yeah, actually every single one of them broke. By the time he made it back to the pit, the only thing holding the motor in the frame was the chain, the pipe, and the carb. And so we saw all the metal was broken real jagged, so we wiggled it around until all the jagged edges dropped in. And then our sponsor, John Bassett, found a set of welding torches and started welding all of the frame mounts with everything still mounted in it. We didn't take anything apart.
Except the gas tank, you took that off.
Well, we took the gas tank away. That wasn't going to be a good idea. But, it was unbelievable what a good welder he was, and we only had an hour to do the job, and he did it with a little bit of time to spare, so it was just a small miracle all by itself.
The other interesting point was that your hands were rubbed raw. You were bleeding like mad. You couldn't barely close them, and your dad had been a boxer, and he wrapped them as a boxer would wrap them, and you went out for the second moto. What happened then?
Yeah, he kind of told me, don't be a P. I'm like, oh, no, I'm not that, and I went back out there. My dad was kind of hardcore, and he says, oh, that's nothing. You'll have worse bumps and bruises after this anyways. And I said, okay. And after he wrapped my hands and stuff, I just went out and rode. And after the race, I took my gloves off and my tape. Everybody said, man, those hands look like tree roots. A big old callus and big blisters, and I was hurting.
You couldn't shake hands with people because your hands were so bloody.
Yeah, no, I was a mess, but I wasn't going to give up.
I have no doubt of that. Harry, let's talk about what happened then. You took the bike to CZ. You got a rude surprise. What happened?
I thought, okay, we're going to get a bunch of Centerport factory bikes. I was so pumped, and we took all the stuff there. They unloaded the bike, unloaded all the parts, and then we sat around, and nothing showed up. And we sat around some more, and then Rex came storming out of their office, and we hopped in the truck and hopped on the road to go. And in a nutshell, what they felt was that all the modifications that I'd made to the engine were so defective, that's what caused the frame to break. And so they said I was not allowed to touch anything.
What is vintage?
We build racing.
Pleasure to see you back again. I haven't seen you for 30 years. It's really good.
I still can't believe I'm talking to Larry Huffman.
Harry Clem, ladies and gentlemen, give a round of applause. And you also say afterward you never touched another CZ the rest of your life.
Well, not till about 4 years ago.
Yeah, do that.
Yeah.
Rocket Rex, a lot of good memories in racing.
Yeah, I had a great time, and I just wish I was 40 years younger and making the money they make now. Back then they wanted to give us a free tire. And that's what we went racing for.
Is that the high point? That's the bike that he rode. You want me in it? Okay. That's the bike that he raced back in there in 1974, and all the motor mounts broke, and they had to weld them in the pits between the motors. 247 pounds when the Hondas were running a little over 200, as I recall.
All right, I got to get a picture with these guys.
Come on up. Oh, sir, you're delusional, but I'll be glad to stand here. You guys want any pictures? Come on up. We'll be glad to. Come on up.
There you go.
Rocket Man.
Oh, look at this. Sign up the white so I can see it.
Yeah.
I can't see very well.
We're hoping to be on the air next fall. We're not sure about what network would be yet. We're hoping for a Discovery, Velocity type of thing. But because of the nature of the show not being a reality show, but a docu-reality show, it may lend itself toward more of a History Channel.
And who you're hosting
the show, and Dave Gaddy from Canyon Marketing in El Dorado Hills, California. We have a finished pilot, and we're also into maybe the second and third episodes. As far as how many episodes or when it will be happening, you're going to have to stay tuned to Facebook. We have a page there, and you'll know more about it once it happens.
An American Motocross Restoration, a docu-reality show from Network TV, coming on hopefully in the fall.
And you asked me about who else might be on the show. The interesting thing about the show is it's not only about me and the restorations of the motorcycles, it's about the history of the as well. So maybe if we were to restore a CZ like you see here, we might have a Rex Staten on the show to represent that era. Or if we were to do a Suzuki, you might see Brad Lackey or speak to an expert like Ed Tahashian who's right here on the show, who owns a spectacular group of works bikes. Ed, you might come on the show, you never know.
Let me try. The other one is a 67 and 360 twin port CZ. First off, tell me how you pronounce your name.
Benedetti.
Benedetti, okay, Italian. Tell me about the bike. 67.
I think. It's a race bike. I have a lot of other parts, road tests, fenders, the original non-silence pipes, another wheel that I use for racing. It's basically an Arnold race bike. It has a later model Chekhov carb if you want to take it to Europe, which they don't allow you to run a Makuni. It's a nice handling bike, Olin shot kit. It's made to race. It's nice, but it's not a quote perfect collectible. But I have a lot of parts.
It's a national championship winner. What title did it win and when? Do you know?
It was a classic 500 in 2007. Kind of a cheater bike.
But basically a 360, or it is a 500.
No, it's a.
Okay, can we take some of you? Yeah. All right. Zach, I've been a big fan of yours over the years. That you're a wonderful motorcycle, Czechoslovakian motorcycle warrior. I appreciate your skill. I'm just thrilled with that. It's too long. But it's Thank you for coming here. We appreciate it. So you guys work together. Good. Thank you. So, Mr. Tomorrow we'll have riders from all over the world competing on the track with you. And I just think it's fascinating all the different styles and riding techniques that come from all over the world. I just want to tell you that I know that you're one of the fastest, smoothest riders in the world. I've watched your career. Today, that's a classic. Can I say a few words in his one piston. For riding over here, last time he was here, 1973 for the World Championship. So your dad's not a kid like that. Your dad's not. Very much for the bike. Members might be running around like that. Thank you. The guys that are bikes. Oh, okay. Here's your sponsors. Just pick one. Don't just pick one. If you could pick one, which one? It becomes a nightmare trying to 75, 79. This one is this is probably it might be and it is primarily Japanese. Staying at a hotel. Where's my stay?
in 2011, I was having a nap, and my girlfriend were having a nap. It was just a quiet Sunday afternoon, and everyone was gone. And the phone rang, and my jeans on the floor. And she said, "Don't answer it." And I was like, "Oh, sorry, honey." And then the other phone rang, and I was like, "Oh, why didn't I unplug the phones?" And my phone rang in my pocket, my jeans on the floor again, and my girlfriend said, maybe something happened to your mom, you better answer it. Well, but it was some guy who wanted me to design a t-shirt for his friend's birthday. And he said his friend was turning 60. Would I mind spending a week of my life, designing a shirt and making it? He said, he didn't have any money, but he said, come to the party. Well, you got a lot of people that, think that you tapped the space bar twice and I designed stuff the other end. But I did it, went to the party, and they were super sweet. And the guy's wife tried to get me to dance with him, and of course I was like, I can't dance. But I couldn't talk to him,
Well, I got him.
spoke English.
It's like
and the reason was because the party was in Czechoslovakia. And the birthday boy was Falta himself. So this is the shirt I designed for them. It was the biggest honor of my life to be able to go over there. I was sitting with CZ factory mechanics, the real riders, and it was a huge honor. So
how you doing there,
that's my
Sasha?
story about the shirt.
them bloom for me and you, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Well, I see skies of blue and I see clouds of white and the brightness of day. I like the dark and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. The colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, are also on the faces of people passing by. I see friends shaking hands singing, how do you do? They really say, I love you. I hear babies cry and I watch them grow. They'll learn much more than we'll know, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world.
everybody gotta save themselves, make the kuleana pono for help the other. And when you make your kuleana, you know, pono, then it's like kind of automatic kind of. You don't need to talk the stuff going happen, and you just gotta let them, and the stuff just waiting for when you ready. And what happened?
The colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, are also on the faces of people passing by. I see friends shaking hands, singing, "How do you do?" They really say, I love you, I love you. I hear babies cry and I watch them grow. They'll learn much more than we'll know, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. What a wonderful
out there, you'd also find it here too. So, and obviously I don't read chat, but I mean, I'm a mechanic, so I mean I can look at all this information and tell you the specs, you know. So,
Maybe we could look at some of the older bikes in the book.
you know, there's a whole bunch of. Let's see. There's actually some odd stuff, but. Here's some of these right here. It's like this one's got skis on it. See that? I've seen a lot of, and it's actually, he's got some old video of actually the Russians were using it. So it's pretty amazing. So, and then one of the things is he even has all the prototypes in here as well. Some of the newer stuff. Here's chapter. Looks like a lot of here stuff we have. There's a lot of motocross stuff here today, which would be a lot of these. Everything 125s, 360s. High pipes, low pipes. And even if you're just curious or you want to know what parts went or what parts were factory, you know, if you're restoring something, or you just want to know a spec because you're trying to rebuild something particular, whether it's spec on the carb or cylinder or whatever, all that information's in here. There's some pretty good pictures. Pretty good stuff in here. Yeah.
He's from Czechoslovakia. This is Miroslav Hanáček, and he came with Iris Torulka to show Americans how to ride motocross.
So how old was he when he started riding?
Kolik jí bylo, když si začal jezdit?
Já, pozdě, 19.
19 years old.
19 years old, long time
Now
ago.
he's only 20, right?
Já, teď máš jenom 20, jo?
Vydržel jsem dlouho. 45 let už závodím.
45 years he's racing, and he was in he was a top Czechoslovakian rider. He rode Motocross the Nations, Motocross národu si jezdil. He was in Geldorf. So 1977 in Geldorf, he was in the Czechoslovakian team for Motocross the Nations.
What was he riding, a 250?
No, you were in 500 cc.
Is English?
And Milan chytil he's their host.
Oh, fantastic. Good. You're going to ride today?
Yeah, all three of them.
Oh, 3 of them. Wow. Fantastic. That's great. Are they going to race against each other? Yeah?
Well, no, they're going to be like team race.
Team race. They're going to be together. That's good. Good. Well, thank you. Thank you for coming.
I did a shot of one of the books.
Oh yeah, good.
From Strakonice.
Open it and then I film. One second. Okay.
Wonderful world. Well, I see skies of blue and I see clouds of white and the brightness of day. I like the dark and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. The colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, are also on the faces of people passing by. See friends shaking hands singing, how do you do? They really say, I love you. I hear babies cry and I watch them grow. They'll learn much more than we'll know. And I think to myself,
Love it.
what a wonderful world.
So I'm going to go.
Everybody gotta save themselves. Make the coolie on a pono for help the other. And when you make the coolie on a, pono, it's like kind of automatic kind of. You don't need to talk the stuff going happen. And you just gotta let them, and the stuff just waiting for when you ready. What happened? The colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, are also on the faces of people passing by. See friends shaking hands singing, how do you do? They really say, I love you. I love you. I hear babies cry and I watch them grow. They'll learn much more than we'll know. And I think to myself,
You hold the bag. Is he going to race that one tomorrow? Both. Wow.
European champion and world champion.
Who's the world champion? He's the world champion. Yes. Wow. You're going to race tomorrow?
Zítra, jo, today training and tomorrow race, yeah.
Ne, já o to mám ruky potom zalepené. Dej mu to do tašky. Ty jedeš odpoledne,
creator of the Don Matthews CG World Championship. He's a good friend of mine. I wanted to honor him. He was the kind of, the whole CZ World Championship started with when I got a sad email saying that Don Matthews had died.
perfect outside. It's like God let me die. Love the weather. Got the whole crew here. I ain't seen some of them in forever. It's one of those never forget it, better stop and take it in kind of scenes. Everything's just right, yeah, except for one thing. You should be here, standing with your arm around me here, and cutting up, cracking a cold beer, saying cheers. Hey y'all, it's sure been a good year. It's one of those moments that's got your name